All right, if you're a fleet owner or manager running anywhere from, say, 15 to 200 vehicles, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to do a straight up, no nonsense breakdown of the business case for GPS fleet tracking. And we're going to focus on the one thing that really matters, your return on investment. Okay, let's get into it. So, let me start by asking you a question. When you look past the obvious stuff, the fuel receipts and the maintenance bills, do you know what's really driving your costs? Where are those little hidden leaks that are just draining your profits day after day? It's a huge question, and honestly, the answer might actually surprise you. And sometimes the costs aren't hidden at all. Sometimes they're catastrophic. This number right here, $51 million. That is the median nuclear verdict against a commercial fleet, and that's according to recent FMCSA data. It's a crazy figure that just shows you the massive financial risks that you and your drivers face every single day you're out on the road. But okay, let's step back from those giant headline-grabbing numbers for a second. Because long before something catastrophic happens, there are these smaller, daily costs that are just silently eating away at your bottom line. These are your fleet's hidden costs. Think about it. It's the 10 extra minutes a truck spends idling at a job site burning fuel for no reason. It's that inefficient route that adds 5 extra miles to a trip. It's the unverified overtime, that little fender bender. For fleets your size, these small leaks, they don't just drip, they pour. And they can add up to thousands and thousands of dollars in lost profit every single year. So, how in the world do you plug all these leaks? Well, the answer isn't some super complex, impossible-to-use piece of technology. It's actually a pretty straightforward tool, and it's designed to do one thing: give you visibility and control. It's the GPS tracking solution. So what is it really? In the simplest terms, it's a little device you put in each vehicle that just feeds you the data you need. It tells you where your trucks are, how they're being driven, and how efficiently everything is operating. And look, this isn't about micromanaging your drivers. It's about macro understanding your business so you can make smarter decisions. Okay, so that all sounds pretty good. But now comes the big question, right? What's this level of insight going to cost me? Let's break down the investment because I think you'll find it's a lot more transparent and manageable than you might think. The good news is pricing has gotten really straightforward. You've got options. For just basic, where are my trucks, location tracking, you're looking at about $20 to $25 a month per vehicle. The mid-tier, which is kind of the sweet spot, adds in crucial fleet management tools for about $25 to $35. And then the advanced tier brings in the cool stuff, like AI dash cams and ELD for compliance, for just a little bit more. Now, to make this all super real, let's just anchor everything to a really common scenario. Let's imagine a 20-truck HVAC or plumbing fleet. And we're going to put them on that mid-tier plan, which gives them all the core tools they need to really start optimizing things. Let's do the math real quick. For our 20-truck fleet, at an average of, say, $30 per vehicle each month, the all-in cost for a whole year of service comes out to a very clear, very straightforward $7,200. Now keep that number in your head, $7,200. All right, so for that $7,200 investment, what's the return? This, my friends, is where the business case gets incredibly compelling. Let's take a look at the payoff. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This isn't just speculation. The latest Verizon Connect Fleet Technology Trends report, which is a huge benchmark in the industry, found that fleets just like yours see massive savings in 3 key areas. Let's go through them one by one. First up, the big one, fuel. By optimizing routes to avoid traffic, cutting down on unauthorized vehicle use, and slashing all that excessive idling, fleets are seeing fuel cost reductions between 11 and 19%. That is a huge bite out of your biggest variable expense. Next, accidents. By seeing data on things like hard braking, speeding, or rapid acceleration, you can actually coach your team to be safer drivers. And that proactive approach, it leads to fewer incidents and, like the data shows, an 11 to 15% drop in all those costs related to accidents. And finally, labor. With GPS data, you can verify timesheets. No more guesswork. You can make sure technicians are on schedule. You can dispatch the closest vehicle to an emergency job instead of pulling someone from clear across town. That efficiency boost alone cuts labor costs by up to 13%. So you add up all those savings, the fuel, the accident costs, the labor, for our 20-truck HVAC fleet, and what do you get? You get a staggering $66,800 in real, tangible savings back in your pocket every single year. let's just put that into perspective for a second. You invested $7,200, you got back $66,800. That is a 9.3 times return on your investment. I mean, come on. For every single dollar you put in, you get more than $9 back. The math is pretty undeniable. Okay, now that we've seen the incredible potential here, let's talk about how to make sure you actually achieve it. Because it's not just about buying the technology, it's about buying it smartly and avoiding all the common traps out there. Here's a powerful pro tip for you. Remember that advanced tier we talked about? Well, spending that extra $10 to $20 a month for AI dashcams might just seem like another cost, but it has a secret weapon. Insurance providers absolutely love them. They will often offer premium reductions of 15 to 30%, which, in many cases, can completely pay for the cost of the entire system. And finally, let's talk about being a savvy buyer. Here are the hidden fees and contract traps you have to watch out for. Ask providers about those ironclad long-term contracts. Ask what happens to the hardware if you leave. Ask if they nickel and dime you for every little feature. Ask about surprise installation fees or overage charges. Get these answers upfront. You know, this brings us right back to where we started. All that data from your fleet, every mile driven, every minute idled, every single harsh break, it holds the key to unlocking some serious profits. So the question is no longer if this technology works. The question is, are you ready to unlock it?